First, Byron Day has been following Sessions' resignation since the afternoon. He's in the studio now with the update. Byron.
Lenise, tonight, for the first time in 40 years of public service, Jeff Sessions is now Citizen Jeff Sessions. The former Attorney General sending his resignation letter this morning to the President after it was requested by Mr. Trump.
I put an Attorney General that never took control of the Justice Department, Jeff Sessions. Never took control of the Justice Department, and it's a sort of an incredible thing.
Everyone in the room at the White House news conference this morning knew exactly to whom the President was referring in his cabinet. But what they didn't know is Mr. Trump already had Sessions' requested resignation letter in his pocket. Just hours later, Jeff Sessions said goodbye to Justice Department workers and was gone. In less than 2 years, Sessions, the Mobilian and former Alabama senator, had gone from one of the first significant political figures to endorse Mr. Trump's presidential campaign, to being named to the only job he reportedly ever truly wanted, to being shown the door. The tipping point? Sessions recused himself from overseeing the Mueller investigation into Russian tampering in the 2016 election. The President wanted it stopped.
He took the job, and then he said, I'm going to recuse myself. I said, what kind of a man is this?
Privately, according to sources, Sessions himself had been frustrated that the Mueller investigation has dragged on. But despite the blistering personal presidential attacks, Sessions enforced Mr. Trump's hardline stances on immigration and crime. However, in the end, it wasn't enough.
The president speaks his mind. He says what's on his mind at the time, and he's been frustrated about my recusal and other matters. But we have been so pleased and honored to be given the responsibility to execute his agenda at the Department of Justice.
So Jeff Sessions is out as Attorney General. His resignation letter being turned in today, being requested by the President. So what's next for the United States Attorney General's office?
Well, President Trump announced that Matthew Whitaker will serve as the acting Attorney General. A permanent replacement for Sessions will be nominated at a later date, according to the President. Whitaker is a federal prosecutor and was a legal commentator for CNN before joining the Justice Department.
Following Sessions' resignation, reaction from local lawmakers continuing to pour in.
Alabama's Attorney General Steve Marshall released this statement. It reads in part, during his time as U.S. Attorney General, Jeff Sessions has been the standard bearer for upholding the rule of law and fighting every day to make America safer. While his style was to work quietly behind the scenes, he made a powerful, positive difference in rebuilding the confidence of prosecutors and law enforcement personnel across the country, not just as the U.S. Attorney General, but as a U.S. Senator and Alabama's Attorney General.
Alabama Senator Richard Shelby also releasing this statement. Thank you to my good friend Jeff Sessions for over 40 years of noble service to Alabama and our country. Jeff was respected, a colleague of mine in the Senate for 2 decades and represented our nation with honor as a U.S. Attorney General. I wish him all the best in his future endeavors.
Meantime, Congressman Bradley Byrne has recently expressed strong interest in running for the Senate. Here's what he had to say this afternoon about whether or not he plans to change his idea or change his mind should Jeff Sessions want his old Senate seat back.
Has put so much time in this, I think I need to keep going. And I've received an enormous amount of encouragement. And if for no other reason, I owe it to the people who have been so encouraging to continue to do what I'm doing. And we've got a lot more ground to cover.
Byrne says he anticipates sitting down with Sessions in a few weeks for a, quote, discussion.
And you can count on Fox 10 News to bring you continued coverage on this. We'll be sure to keep you updated on air and online at fox10tv.com.